So we're here live at MSP GeekCon, the first ever, and we're in Orlando, Florida. I ran into Moez Tharani, getting that last
Nailed
name.
it.
But hold on, I can't remember. What's your company name? Your MSP name?
Clever IT.
It's right there. That was a joke. And so we were talking about, frankly, everything regarding MSPs, and that's who's here at this show. So Moez, tell me, in your business as an MSP, I don't see a lot of vendors here. I mean, I see vendors, but they're the good vendors.
Yeah.
They're not, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is kind of my interpretation, I feel like there's a lack of social events, which are typically sponsored by the vendors, but because there are less vendors, it's actually better people, and I kind of love this.
Yeah. No, and I'm with you. I mean, a big thing for me, and the reason why I'm here is, for a lot of us, a lot of MSPs, we really, really loved what DattoCon used to be, right? And again, I'm not going to jump on the train and bash anything there, but a lot of the vendors I use today, I met through DattoCon, which has been huge. And so for me, MSPGeekCon really is replacing DattoCon for me. And you have that with these vendors here, because that's what we experienced before, right? I mean, you would go, you'd see all of these different vendors, even vendors that were competitors with Datto. And it was awesome because you got to see all aspects, you got to experience things that you wouldn't normally expect to see at a vendor conference, right? And so it was really game-changing in a lot of ways, and so I was dedicated to going to that. Now, I mean, arguably that's changed, unfortunately, but that's the way that it is. And so when MSP GeekCon came up, and it was one of those things where it's not sponsored by a vendor, it's basically effectively a non-profit organization that's putting it on, which is the MSP Geek community.
Well, that's the weirdest part about this. It almost feels like it's and I'm very loosely saying this, a crowdsourced MSP event.
Yep.
Created for the MSPs by the MSPs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a big part of what this is now came about through conversations on Discord, on Slack, which is obviously where the MSP Geek community was largely based out of, and then of course the MSP Geek forum as well. Now, the real heavy lifting of it was done by the guys at MSP Geek and that group and everything that they did, not necessarily what the community did. But there was a lot of community involvement, right? And so I think you can see that a lot.
That's all you see here.
Yeah.
Like, it's pure community, and you see a lot of people like, hey, I've seen you on, like, hold on. Are you real? Like, you're real? I'm actually seeing you for the first time.
Absolutely.
And you came down from Calgary?
Yeah, all the way from Canada.
Looks like us, talks like us, sounds like. He's one of us. We're all the same here. So you came down. There are so many people from outside of the U.S. coming to this event, and it's like a crowdsourced, almost open source style. Do you think this is the future of events, or do you think this will? I'm just being blunt about this. Do you think this will create a precedent for the larger vendor-sponsored events? Because those are fun, but we can't mistake activity for productivity. This is like, I'm attending these events. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm actually learning something here. I'm learning. I love the social aspect of the other events. Meeting people, talking, sharing ideas in the hallway is happening everywhere. This is literally in the middle. You can't see in the background. These are all people just collaborating in between all the events. In fact, you have one of the ringleaders behind the camera on the other side over here, just kind of, well, good.
One of the Kevins, one of the Ks.
One of the Kevins. Kevin, come here. Okay, so I'm not saying we're live on the MSP Dispatch, but there's one of the ringleaders right there. Just say, yeah, we got you. Come on in here, Tony. We got you.
All good.
Amazing event, though. We're talking about this very specifically using the term kind of a crowdsourced. It's kind of a crowdsourced MSP event for the MSPs, by the MSPs, not a lot of sponsored activities. And although those are fun, I actually love this event. This is, like, I would consider this one of the best events that I've gone to so far. And this is only technically day 2. I tell you, but the people, the quality of people is incredible. You're not saturated by vendors. I don't have as many.
We took a lot of that kind of stuff into consideration. We were originally planning it. It's like, we could do this. No, we don't want to do that. We could do that. No, that doesn't send the right message. Like, this is a lot of debate. When when Kyle was up there talking about the stats, absolutely not exaggerating on any of them. We absolutely had 15 bottles of some kind of liquor for every meeting. Okay, maybe that one's a little exaggerated. But no, that's exactly the kind of stuff that, like, we wanted vendors to be part of the planning because we knew, like, we want to hear their story of what is good and what is bad. Like, what's good for them, what's good for all the attendees. And this is absolutely shoving all the best of everyone can put together into one package. We are now living it.
Amazing. Excellent. Seriously, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we'll kind of wrap this up. Moez, thank you so much for coming over here, taking interviews. I've been interviewing random people on the way. This is one guy I've been kind of chasing since the beginning, but he's actually one of the MSPs that's doing it very well, and he's here sponging up as much knowledge, socializing in ways that are more productive for his business model. Hold on. Smells like a 4-year-old kid. He's got a little kid somewhere at home, and you're like, do that.
Not at home.
Not
at the hotel.
Hotel.
Not this hotel.
That's a different hotel.
They don't have a splash park at this hotel, so.
Oh, that's a good point. But actually, that's a good point though. You're raising a family. You're growing your business. You're here outside of your country, in another country, socializing with the right people. So, hey, good seeing you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Hey. He may be watching the MSP Dispatch now. Maybe.
We'll see.
What's your company name again?
Clever IT.
Clever IT. It's a good wrap.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.